Hello, good morning. Here I am Serena with a day in my life kind of video. I hope you all are doing good. So, as of daily, I started my day with a word of prayer to God, and later I went to kitchen for making breakfast and tea for my husband. As we were running out of time, I just packed it for him. And meantime, we also had a video call to home to we talked with my mother-in-law. And usually we don't have this kind of talk in the morning session, as we will be always busy in mornings. And later my husband went for his job, and at the same time I started my daily course. So I started my day with making the bed. I am a kind of person who feel like making the bed makes the room neat and tidy. It is majorly because this is the portion which takes the half part of the room itself. So I quickly made my bed, and also I folded up the bed sheets and put the pillows on intact places. Here I use fitted bed sheets so that it will be better for the kind of persons like me, as I am a person who will be always rotating in the bed while sleeping. After making the bed and cleaning the home, I just moved to water my plants, as summers are here and I wanted my plants to be hydrated twice a day. So it's the first morning session that I am watering the plants, and here I have some plants in my window garden. Here I keep little bit of plants in my windows, and I love watching my plants growing and blooming. I guess you also love watching the plants growing and blooming. Anyway, comment in the comment section whether you like it or not. And after watering my plant, I just went to dry up some orange peel so that I can use it for my skincare, like using it in some face packs and all sort of things. Then next I went for my breakfast, so I just planned to make some idli and chutney for me. And usually I was not a idli person, but now I love making idlis. And previously on this start of this week, I have made this idli batter for using in the whole week. Also, I am just refilling my turmeric bottle as it was running out. As my husband has already left for his job, I just made a little bit like what is enough for me. I just made three idlis and little bit of red chutney. I still remember the time I spent the time with my mom where I was a kid and I just hated idlis. I don't know whether you also a kind of person who hated idlis while you were in childhood, and when we turned to adulthood and we started cooking and we started making easy cooking, we started making idlis rather than doshas, as it will be easier for us to make and time saving. Please comment below if you were a kind of person who started eating idlis after getting married or started cooking ourselves. Anyway, I kept the idlis for steaming, and same time I started making the red chutneys for me. I hope you all know the batter for this idli, and this idli batter I have made the previous 2-3 days before for using in the coming days. And I also made a little bit of red chutney for me. I just added a little bit of mustard tadka to it. Let me know in the comment section whether you like this soothing sound of this tadka when added to this red chutney. I love the sound when we add this mustard tadka to any sort of curries. And at the same time, my idli was ready and it is ready to be served. As I was alone in my home, I just had it along with watching movies. Later, I planned to do a hair pack, as I was having ample amount of time to do that, because I just don't want to make the lunch because I was having the leftover from the previous day. So I just mixed with 1 egg white along with some coconut milk to apply it over my hair lengths. This is a very good hair pack for us. Meantime, I was feeling little bit of thirsty, so I just had a glass of tank, and it was the flavor of a tropical mix. And later I just started to apply the hair pack for me. I just applied it and left for 10 minutes, and later I just washed it with my shampoo, and I applied an hair mask along with it. Here I also prefer you to apply it only for 10 to 15 minutes, because it may cause you some kind of cold, for at least for some people. As I am a person who is prone to this cold and migraine, I just applied it for 10 minutes and washed it off. Here I used the shampoo and the hair pack, sorry, not hair pack, hair mask, which was suggested by my hairstylist while I went for my hair treatment. The brand was the L'Oreal Paris and which was on the range Extenso. After 10 minutes, I just washed my hair and took a bath. And later, I went for my morning skincare routine. Actually, the time was now by 12 o'clock. Maybe like an afternoon skincare routine, but it was kind of a morning skincare routine. I started it with in moisturizing my face. Here, I used Lakme Peach Milk, and followed by it, I applied in sunscreen which is of SPF 50, and I used of the brand Cosrx. I prefer using sunscreen in a two-finger rule, which is suggested nowadays, and I think it is a good move because it will cover our face well and good. Here I ended up my skincare routine by just applying my lip balm which was of the brand Mamaearth. Meantime, I would like to give a quick review about the hair pack that we have just used. While using it, it made my hair to be like little bit of soft, silky and smooth, and I loved using the hair pack that I have just shown you before. And also to end up my hair care, I just used the hair serum which was of the same brand L'Oreal Paris Extenso. Later, I went for a little bit of shopping, mainly for some grocery shopping. Actually, I went out to buy some products that I require to make a tiramisu pudding, which I plan to take it with me while I'm going to my brother's home tomorrow. I ended up here in Viva where I will be able to get some mascarpone cheese which I needed to make a tiramisu pudding. And later after the shopping, I just came back home and I had my lunch with rice along with some kingfish curry, some salted carrots and some dried coconut powder, which all were made previous day. And later on, I had some chocolates which we brought from the Viva. It was a kind of chocolate that is quite similar to our Toblerone, I felt so. Later in the evening, I did not shooted any kind of video, and in the dinner time, I had some idlis again with some red chutney. Actually, I plan to make some masala doshas, but I run out of time as I have to make the tiramisu for the next day. For the preparation of this tiramisu, I just used 2 tablespoons of Nescafe coffee powder, and I just added 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar to it and added and 1.5 cup of hot water to it, and I just mixed well and I let it to cool for some time so that I can dip the lady finger in that. And later into a frozen bowl, I have just frozen it for few hours in the freezer, and I just added a 250 ml of whipping cream to that, and along with that I added an quarter cup of powdered sugar to that. As my whipping cream was little bit of sweet, I just added quarter cup, and if it is not sweet, you can add up to half a cup of sugar. It is up to your sugar quantity you prefer to add. And I just whipped well, and I added to that a little bit of vanilla essence, preferably 1 teaspoon, and also I added a 250 ml of mascarpone cheese to this mixture, and I blended well. I was not having an electric blender, so I just blended it with an hand mixer. I strongly suggest you guys to use an electric blender here just to get a good consistency here of this whipped cream and mascarpone cheese. Please don't substitute this mascarpone cheese with any kind of cheese just because we have to get a good taste of this tiramisu. Here I just blended it for a few hours, like maybe half an hour. Then I just stopped it because my hands were paining so badly. Suggest you to whip it until it makes a stiff peaks, and here I have not done because my hand was paining. And later I used this lady finger biscuit as the first layer of our tiramisu pudding. For this I used this lady's finger and dipped it in the coffee which we have made 2 minutes before. Please make sure that you just dip it and take it off. After plating the lady finger dipped in the coffee, we will just put the whipped cream on the top of it as a second layer of it. Here you can see the whipped cream is not that much whipped and it has only just made some soft peaks. I strongly suggest to make stiff peaks so that you will get a good layer. After adding a good amount of whipping cream as the second layer, I just repeated the first process of adding the soft lady's finger to the as the third layer, and repeated the process of adding the whipping cream to it. I just ended up with 2 rounds, and you can even end it with the first round, or you can add more into it. And after that, I just add some chocolate shaving to the top to just have a garnish to it. I also prefer to add a little bit of cocoa powder to it, as the main authentic tiramisu is served with cocoa powder to it. As I was running out of cocoa powder, I just ended with using this chocolate ganache. Sorry, it is not ganache, it is chocolate grated. I also ended making a glass of tiramisu so that we can have it today itself. Finally winding up this video by cleaning my kitchen, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Kindly do subscribe and like my video. So it's bye from me until we meet again.